Firefill here. It's time to talk Lego. In my last video, I talked about the brick scale. Today, I'm going to introduce the brick scale concept. You might be sitting there thinking, is he weighing his Lego over there to see how many pounds he has? If you didn't watch the last video, you might think that, but no, that's not what I'm doing. If you think that's a good idea, go ahead and let me know. I might consider it. No, the brick scale is simply a ranking system that I've created. You know, when I created this channel, I had the idea to create some videos where I rank all the sets within a certain theme and give my opinion about which one's the best, which one's the worst, and also really kind of look at all my sets and have what is my number one set that I have in my collection. But the problem, as you can probably figure out, is ranking is such a subjective thing to do. What one individual likes, the other one thinks it's a horrible set. And so to attempt to create some objectivity or add some objectivity into the reality of the subjective nature of ranking, I created this scale. What I did is I have 5 categories. Within each category, a set can earn up to 10 points, and then a total of the 5 categories, 50 points, and then we'll see what is the best set as we go along. So in a nutshell, that is what the brick scale is. Let's go through today the 5 categories. I'm going to describe what I'm looking for in each category, and then I've reviewed a couple sets already that I did not put on the brick scale. We'll do that today and then see where we're at with the 3 sets that I've reviewed so far. My first category is build experience. Basically, what did I experience when I was building the set? I typically don't look at the instructions before I build a set. I see the end result on the box, on the instruction manual, but I like to just build it as it comes and not know what's coming. And so, was I surprised by anything? Was the build way too easy, or was it challenging? Was it fun? Did I enjoy doing it? Looking at how it was designed, what about that design elements, the methods of construction? And from those thoughts, that's how I get my ranking for build experience. The next category is uniqueness. What do I mean by that? How unique is this set compared to others in the same category? Obviously, a pirate ship is going to be way more unique than a standard police car, so it's not comparable. So I try not to do that. I try to compare ship to ship. Was this ship more unique than other ships that I have built in the past? And then I also look at the actual elements in the system. Were there some really unique pieces for this ship or for this set, and or is this the only piece that ever existed in Lego for this set that's in the set? And so those are the 2 elements I look for in the category of uniqueness. My third category is detail. Pretty self-explanatory. How much detail does this set have in it? Is it a building with 4 walls? Maybe the exterior is cool, but there's nothing inside, or are there some detailed elements, a bookcase that's created, or a refrigerator that's in the kitchen, or is it just elements of a kitchen and you don't really see much more than that? So that's detail. Fourth category is displayability. Basically, if it's sitting on my shelf and a friend comes in, has never seen the set, how are they going to react? Does it provide a punch visually for the set, and does it make a great display piece? That is displayability. And my 5th and final category is playability. I think about my 5-year-old son at this time. Would he come in and spend 5 minutes with the set and be like, this is kind of lame? Or would he spend hours on the set? Are there a bunch of minifigures and a lot of rooms or scenarios? And can he use his imagination a lot? And so that's what I look for in playability. I think about my son and say, would he play with this set? So that's the brick scale. Let me know in the comments if there's other categories I should consider that I didn't think about, and I would love to hear from you about those. So let's get into the 2 sets that I have reviewed but I have not put on the scale, and we'll go from there. So my last video, I reviewed the 2020 Pirates of Barracuda Bay. If you haven't watched that video, you can click up top and watch that video. But I gave that on the brick scale a 45 out of 50. Great first start on the scale. But let's go back one review, and that is the Medieval Blacksmith. Came out this year, 2021. And let's get it on the scale in each of our categories and see what we come up with. For build experience, I love the modular feel of this building where it has 3 levels and you can pull them off, see inside, and get in there and play and stuff like that. But when I built it, I like that. I just like that design. I like that construction method. Loved all the little gems, hidden gems out there. The wood pile, the well, the tree, the fire, where the blacksmith makes his weapons. And I did have an issue with the tree and the construction of that. It probably was me. So I'm gonna knock it down just 1. I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. A lot of fun building that set. So in the category of uniqueness, there's not a lot of castle sets to compare it to over the past 10 years. We are getting a Creator 3-in-1 castle set that this summer, summer of 2021 from what I've heard, so excited about that. But today I had to look at just the elements, and there's quite a few very unique elements in the set, from the light brick that is lit up by the bellows that was made. And then there's other elements that are rare or unique, or there's even the horse was the first time ever this horse, and obviously we've had horses in the past, but it's this color that it was. And so uniqueness, 10 out of 10. On to detail, 10 out of 10. I mentioned this in my review. Man, every room, there's so much detail that you can find. Top level is the black bear rug. I love that. The bed, oversized bed with the quilt. Just cool, unique, detailed pieces. The half-timbered exterior. Again, another detail that just says it all about the set. 10 out of 10, and I think we're aiming for a landslide here. Displayability, I gotta give it a 10 out of 10. It's not too big, so it fits nice on a medium-sized display area. And again, just the color pop that you see when you first see it. I think folks coming over to my house are just gonna be like, wow, what a cool set. So 10 out of 10 for displayability. Then moving on to playability. Again, we got 2 Black Falcon Knights, we've got the blacksmith, and then we've got the huntress. So 4 minifigs. You got a dog in it, you got the horse in it, the carriage. So a lot of playable features, a lot of areas in the building they can play. I'm thinking about the knights though. They don't have much to do except with the carriage and picking up their swords, and so, or their armor, etc. And so I'm gonna knock it down just 1. I'm giving it a 9 out of 10 for playability. So that results in 48 out of 50. 48 out of 50 on the brick scale. What a set. I would recommend it, as I mentioned in my video. Finally, we're gonna look at 2010, the Imperial flagship. I did review it. You can click above to see that review. But let's get it on the brick scale. Looking at build experience. I love building ships. What can I say? They're a lot of fun. And some of the ships in the past, the sails, connecting the sails to the masts, I didn't really enjoy. So I like this design. It was simple and I didn't struggle with it. So that was a kind of a cool random build experience that I enjoyed. Obviously with the ship, you got 2 sides on the deck that are similar, they're the same, and so there is some repetitiveness, so I'm giving it a 9 out of 10 for the build experience. Looking at the category of uniqueness compared to other ships, it is quite larger than like Brickbeard's Bounty, the old school 80s ships. It is a quite large ship, so that's really unique. It's got a galley in there with a lot of neat kitchen elements, so that is a different feature, a different room that I've seen before. However, it's kind of the same as other ships. Cannons, you got your deck, you got your sails, your masts, your masthead. So although there's just a couple unique elements, there's not a whole lot of unique elements. So I'm only giving uniqueness a 7 out of 10 for this set. As far as detail, the organ blew me away in the captain's quarters. Love that element. I like the sawfish masthead. There's a couple other cool details. However, it's lacking maybe a complete detail package that it could have been, and so I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. As far as displayability, I'm going with a 9 out of 10, and let me explain this. I mentioned in my previous video, the Pirates of Barracuda Bay, the size factor for displaying. With a normal medium-sized collection that I've got, I only got so much space to display, and so it might not be fair, it might be unfair to knock something down for the size of it, but I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. Again, a beautiful ship. It's huge, it's massive. Again, just really pops. People are gonna love it when they walk in. However, it is large, it's very, very wide, and so, or long, yeah, long, wide, high. I know my dimensions. Anyways, so 9 out of 10 for displayability. And lastly, playability. Come on. A 5-year-old with a ship with lots of minifigs. I think it was 8 minifigs, something like that. Lots of imagination that could happen inside the ship, outside the ship, up on the masts, and so 10 out of 10, no doubt. 10 out of 10 for playability. The end result for the Imperial flagship is 42 out of 50. Again, another respectable score. So let's take a look at the 3 sets we put on the scale so far. Check out where our rankings are. Number 1, Medieval Blacksmith with a 48 out of 50. Number 2, Pirates of Barracuda Bay, 45 out of 50. And then the Imperial flagship, 42 out of 50. We're gonna keep reviewing sets. We're gonna keep getting them on the brick scale so we together can see what the best of the best Lego sets are out there. Thanks so much for joining me. If you're not a subscriber already, why don't you join the community, subscribe to my channel. If you want notifications, hit that bell for notifications. And as always, if you enjoyed the concept of the brick scale, give me a big thumbs up. We appreciate you coming out today. We look forward to seeing you next time.